and I think it's very disappointing that the teaching unions didn't come and have meaningful talks. I've offered a very significant proposal which involves, in some ways, the best of both worlds insofar as it involves a final written exam and also school-based assessment, which is good for learning, which is something that goes on in practically every other European country. So I do think the strike is unnecessary. I do think it's disproportionate, and I think it's disappointing that the schools are closed today.
What next then? There doesn't seem to be any more plans to sit down and talk and try and find a compromise to avert a second day of strike action.
Well, I think we can. I think that we should go back to the table. I think we should avoid another day of strike, and I think there's the basis for discussion. So I hope the unions will come and discuss the proposal I've put on the table. If there are issues around resources and so on that they want to talk about, I'm quite happy to.
Are you prepared to compromise any further?
Well, I'm prepared to discuss issues of concern around resources, etc. But as I say, I have moved 60%. There's very sound educational reasons why we want assessment within the schools, with the teachers involved directly themselves, because of the learning experience that gives to the young people concerned, and because it does help to measure the kinds of intelligences, the kinds of skills that we need, that young people want to have themselves. The school students' union supports it, the parents support it, the principals and deputy principals support it. So I think it's time that we had full engagement from teachers.
And is there any chance this will be taken off the table entirely?
I don't think it should be taken off the table entirely. I mean, there's been discussion around junior cycle reform since 1999, and so far nobody's succeeded in bringing it over the line. It's good for students, and I think we should have those meaningful discussions.
Are you going to get an invitation through to teachers' unions to come down and have talks?
Well, I've already said that I'm open to discussion, so I hope that they will take up that offer.
Minister, do you think there's more involved here than just this? Are teachers getting involved with other issues?
Well, I mean, there are always issues with regard to schools, and there are always ongoing issues that I'm happy to discuss. But I would have to take teachers at their word that this is about the junior cycle. If there are other issues they want to discuss, then let's discuss them. But let's get to the table, because this is very important. It's something that we've wanted for a long, long time now. Not just me, but the other partners in education, and indeed many teachers as well. Many teachers already assess their own students, for example, with regard to the oral element of modern languages. So I think there is the basis for discussion, there's the basis for agreement, and in the interest of students we should get on with it.